Hi, my name is Chola Spears. I am a drag queen in New York City, and I am ranking all of the Britney Spears perfumes from best to worst. Okay, so if you follow me on YouTube, if you follow me on TikTok, you already know that I am well into ranking the Britney Spears perfumes. There are about 39, with the newest one releasing just a few months ago in the UK. I think I'm at like 22. I'm at 22. Here's my list of everything I've ranked before. You can go look at the other videos on YouTube. You can look at them on TikTok. I think there's like 8 parts. There's also the body mist that I rank in separate videos. Go watch those and then come back here and then watch these, because today we have 4 new ones that I am going to add to this list. We have one that's already part of the list, but I'm still going to talk about it because there are things to be talked about. Okay. Just a quick refresher for anybody who is new to Britney's fragrances, to anybody who doesn't even know Britney Spears has fragrances. This is a list of all the fragrances that Britney Spears has released. Take a good look. And then this is the list with all of the fragrances that I own currently. And today we are adding 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26 to the list. Technically, we are only adding these 3 to the list because I do have this one on the list, and this is what we need to talk about, actually. So when I started collecting the 1 ounce bottles because they're cute. They are smaller. Anytime I have to move, I have to pack all of these up. So I was thinking, they're cute enough to still see from afar. It's not like the like 0.5 or the 0.3 or something like that. So why don't I just collect the 1 ounces? Sounded like a good idea until I realized that there are fragrances now that don't have 1 ounce versions to them. So I'm at a dilemma. I'm not really at a dilemma because I'm still going to buy them, but I'm just going to be like, here's 1 ounce, here's 3.3 ounces of this one, and this one. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they do what they do, to be honest, when it comes to the Britney Spears team. But it is what it is. We have 2 of the ones that come in 3.3, and we're going to rank them. Okay, so I was saying earlier that some of these bottles only come in 3.3, that I collect 1 ounces. It's a dilemma. I'm still going to buy the bottles, right? Well, on top of these 2, Fantasy Sheer and Intense Fantasy, being 3.3 bottles, Amazon had it for 1 ounce on their website. So I bought it and they sent me a 3.3. So then I returned it and they were like, you don't have to return it, just keep it, because I was like, I only collect 1 ounces. So technically I've already had this. I've already entered it into the list of Britney fragrances, but I'm not sure it deserves to go there anymore, to be honest. And I think I'm going to move it. So Fantasy Sheer has the cupcake, it has the vanilla, it has the white musk, it has some citruses as well. And I think that the citruses mixed with everything that is part of the original Fantasy formula really makes it that kind of sheer fantasy. You know what I mean? I guess the citrus kind of makes it a lighter scent. I don't know if it stays on the same amount of time or not, but it definitely changes the smell of the cupcake formula. Here's the thing about Fantasy Sheer is that I'm not so sure I am sold on the idea of like a lighter version of Fantasy. I love Fantasy. I don't think Fantasy is like, a high-end fragrance. So for me, Fantasy is almost like a lighter version of, I don't know, something else. I don't know. I only wear Britney Spears fragrances. So wasn't sure I was sold on the essence of Fantasy Sheer, but just smelling this and being able to smell the Fantasy on top of this like sporty citrus smell, I really love it. However, if you look at this list, you can see that I put it at number 10. And I'm not sure it's going at number 10. I'm really not sure. So I thought about it. I looked at everything else on this list, and I think that we are going to put this at number 15. We're moving this straight down to number 15. At number 15, we have Sheer Fantasy. Listen, I want to be fair. I know that it's going to take me a while to finish my collection, but I want to be able to revisit the list and kind of change my mind. I've been thinking about intimate and naked fantasy switching as well, but I think they are in good spots right now. However, this one has to go down a little bit, just a little bit, because I was smelling glitter. I smell candied fantasy, and I'm just a little more in love with them right now. There's something about that like bubblegum direction of fantasy that I'm really in love with right now. So we're moving it down. Next. Okay, so we're actually going to get the easy one out of the way. Next up, we have Fantasy Twist, which is actually not a real fantasy at all. It is a mix between the original fantasy and midnight fantasy. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take this out for you so that we can spray it and smell it. I know what they smell like already. I know where this is going on the list, but this is one of my most recent purchases, and I know that there's a little bit left. I bought it empty for the most part. There's a little bit left in there, so I'm going to spray it. I'm going to see if it smells like the perfume still, if it's kind of old and gone. We'll see. I don't know. Okay, so listen, this one's going to be fast. This is going to be really fast. Let me put this back here. So this is the original fantasy on the top. This is Midnight Fantasy right at the bottom. The original fantasy has notes of cupcake, vanilla, musk, amber, kiwi, cupcake. There's a few other like sugars and sweet fruits as well. And then right underneath is going to be the sour cherry plum version of that. So these are basically two that I already have on the list. I have them separately on the list. I also have a version of all the fantasies. There's Fantasy Twist, there's Fantasy Anniversary Edition, there's Fantasy Stage Edition, there's Fantasy Pride Edition. I have all of those kind of at number 5 on my list, and this one is going on the list as well. It's the same thing that I've already ranked before. I think that the fact that they can repackage these in different versions, in different styles, and they've managed to sell because they are still being manufactured is a cool thing. I appreciate it. I'm not going to be like, I've already ranked this is a 0 or something like that. I don't know. So at number 5, it is all the fantasies in the multiverse, basically. Much like Fantasy Twist, much like Fantasy Anniversary Edition, Fantasy Pride Edition, Fantasy Stage Edition, Fantasy Renner Edition. No, Fantasy Renner Edition is different. Anyways, much like those fantasies, Intense Fantasy is a version of fantasy, but it's not a version of fantasy. It's kind of like Sheer. It's exactly like Sheer, actually. The way that Sheer is kind of this like citrusy, sporty version of fantasy, this is just an intense version of fantasy. I know it's called Intense Fantasy. I know I'm saying it's an intense version of fantasy. I don't know how else to explain that this is an intense version of fantasy. It has cupcake, it has patchouli, it has amber, it has woods notes, it has fruit notes, it has kiwi, it has there's one more superfruit in there. It has all of those. It is the intense version of Sheer Fantasy and Fantasy. Again, I feel like I wasn't sold on the idea of like a sheer version of fantasy. I feel like I wasn't sold on an intense version of fantasy. Fantasy is, as much as the price point is $30-$40, which is not a high-end fragrance that's going to stay on you, fantasy is still this luxurious kind of cupcake floral sugar scent. So thinking that there's an intense version of that is not really something I thought about, or I thought I needed, or I thought I was going to necessarily enjoy as its own fantasy, to be honest. Because intense fantasy to me is just kind of spraying it on like 5 more times. But here it is. It is an intense version, and we are going to spray it on, even though you can tell I've kind of used some already. It's good. It's pretty intense. It is the intense version. I am a cisgendered, grown, hairy man who sweats throughout the day, and I have different bodily sense. Well, what? I have different, human natural sense. And one thing I like about all the fantasies, all the Britney perfumes, is that the price point that they are at and the longevity that they have, you can kind of change the scent of them throughout the day with your body and things like that. And with Fantasy Intense, I'm not sure that my body and my natural scents are going to come out through those throughout the day. I think that that is a very strong, like, it's almost like the original Curious. The original Curious has this like, just like this like very like, I don't want to say luxurious, but it almost has like voluptuous kind of smell to it. You know what I mean? It's just a very profound smell. And I think this is the closest thing we get to that kind of curious, profound smell. I have to think about this. I have to really think about this. I know that we put Fantasy Sheer down to 15 from 10. I'm still standing by that. Still stand by that. I think that this is going to go at number 16. Yeah. There's something about that lemony, sporty smell that I really like about Fantasy Sheer right now. This is going to go at number 16. At number 16, we have Fantasy Intense. It's intense. It's intense. This list is intense. Okay, so last but certainly not least is going to be Okay, let me start over. Okay, so last but not least is going to be Curious in Control. Okay, listen, I have been trying to get Curious in Control for so long. I know that it came out and it got discontinued before I was even collecting fragrances by Britney Spears. So I've always known it's going to be expensive. I have never really looked for it. It's never been the like one on my list. I know that I'm at the point now where everything I'm looking for is over $100, which sucks so much. But I've never gone looking for it. Before I smell this, I just want to say that I decided to do this one last because I don't like Curious very much. It's not that great. Oh yeah, it's also broken. I have to tell you about that too. So, first of all, I was going to do this last. I don't really like Curious. It's such a profound kind of like voluptuous. For me, it's a mature smell. I know it was made for a younger generation, a younger woman, but for me, it's a very mature smell. So I've never really appreciated Curious before. I had no idea what Curious in Control would smell like. So I was just nervous. I was like, I'm going to buy this. I'm not going to really like it, but it's part of the collection. So I went to go buy this. Wait, this is the one that I bought for $25. So I have another one that I bought for $40 that I sold. This one I bought for $25 because he was trying to sell it to me for $40. And then he was like, oh, I'll open it. I'll show you. It's good. Hey. No, no barking. No. Hold on. Hey! Hey! Hold on. Okay, so back to the story of the $25. So he was going to try and sell it to me for $40. And he was like, oh, I'll show you. It's very nice. I'll open it. And I was like, cool, okay. I planned on buying it anyway. So I was like, okay. He opens it. It breaks immediately. This thing falls right off. He tries putting it back on. The spring and everything pops out. And then I go, I'll take it for $25. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. So I took it for $25. I totally forgot that the other one was 3.3, which I did not keep. But you can still smell it. And I have to say that there are two things that I like about this. Number one, I like the smell of this fragrance just by itself. I think it has, what the frick does it have in it? So it has orchid, it has tonka, it has vanilla, it has musk, it has patchouli, it has lily of water, or something like that, water of lily. There we go. It has lily, it has water of lily. Smells great. I think it smells really nice compared to Curious. I think that this one smells way better. This is something I would actually want to wear myself. The second thing I like about this is that this makes me appreciate Curious, the original one, a little bit more. I can kind of see the possibilities that the Curious fragrance has and how this could stem from that. And I kind of appreciate some of the notes in Curious a little bit more now than I did before. So this is such a great fragrance. I was so nervous. I was just nervous about the Curiouses. But I love it. I'm so excited. Oh my God, I have one more. I have another one. I have another perfume. Okay, wait. Okay, I have another perfume that I need to rank. Oh my God. We have to rank Curious and Control first. Okay, let me rank Curious and Control first, and then we'll grab that. This is great. This is such a crazy video. This is such a mess. Okay, so for Curious and Control, we got to rate this. Here's the list with Sheer and with Intense and with Twist, and I think we are going to put Curious in Control at number 5. Yes, I think number 5 sounds good. It's good. It's good. I really like it. I kind of want to get another bottle that works, that is full. I like it. I got so thrown off about the other fragrance that I forgot to add to this collection that I just drew a blank about this. But at number 5, it's so nice. It's so good. It's up there with like Naked and Intimate and the Original Fantasy and Prerogative. It's just not quite breaking that top 3 yet. So at number 5, it is Curious in Control. Okay, for some reason, I lied to y'all and told y'all that we had 4 new ones right here to add to the collection. That was a lie, because we actually have another one that I forgot to add to the collection. I was thinking about it, and I was like, I feel like Sheer's already been added. And then it got added, and I was like, I guess my brain was just like, make it part of the video officially. But no, our final perfume that we are adding to collection, our newest one that we just got, is going to be Cosmic Radiance. Yay! Cue the applause. Cue the applause. I don't know what that was. I'm pretty sure that's going to be like the screen thing. Okay, so I cannot believe I forgot about this, but here it is, Cosmic Radiance Okay, so the thing I want to say about Cosmic Radiance is that it's so much like fantasy. Like if you're looking at the notes, here's some of the notes of Cosmic Radiance. You're seeing the vanilla, you're seeing the musk, you're seeing the amber, you're seeing the fruits in it. But the floral notes change to I think they change from like lily to gardenia, and there's another floral. There's like 3 more florals. I'm going to put them up right here. I just can't think of them right now. Those are what change in the formula, but everything else is very much like fantasy, which is weird because it doesn't smell like fantasy at all, to me at least. This is very mature. I put this with like Curious, with the other Radiance, even with Fantasy Intense. But let's rank it. We got to put it somewhere, so let's rank it. I don't know if you can tell, but like the liquid is a little questionable. It's a little questionable, but not too questionable. Yeah, so the bad thing about this is that it does smell a little dated. So like right when it comes out, you get that like alcohol-y kind of smell. It does clear up pretty quick. And the thing is, it's like, yeah, so it's that like jasmine, gardenia, pear. It's all of those things kind of working together in a different way that make this a completely different smell than fantasy, to be honest. And here's the thing about this one is that like with Fantasy Intense, it is intense. It is it does smell like something I like, which is the original Fantasy. But there's just something that doesn't work for me with it. I think that this works on its own as its own kind of entity, which I'm so glad that she makes things other than fantasy, because this is such a great example of other things that are part of Britney Spears' line that are amazing, that aren't, following a formula that we already know. Even though I think it is following a formula that we already know, which is another reason I like it. I like this one a lot more than I like the other luxurious kind of I keep forgetting what word I'm using. Anyways, I really like this scent. I was thinking about this, and I think that we are going to put Cosmic Radiance at number 10, where Sheer Fantasy was at the beginning of this video. It's not quite Radiance, but it does make its way pretty far up pretty fast. So at number 10, we are going to do Cosmic Radiance. Okay, so that's it. This is the list right here. If you are on your own Britney journey, if you have Britney perfumes, if you're selling any, if you're buying the ones that are expensive and you are broke just like me, please sound off in the comments. Let me know where you are in your Britney journey. I would love to know. Please follow me on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. I'm also a drag queen in New York City. Please come see one of my shows if you're in town. I'm also a musician. You can download my music on iTunes, on Spotify, on Instagram. You can probably illegally download it wherever you illegally download stuff, you naughty, naughty person. But in the meantime, please like, subscribe, and have a good day.